I'm Stephen Stewart with the Stewart Law Firm in Austin, Texas. I, along with family representatives Joe Richardson, Sylvia Richardson, and many other family members and friends of Officer Jeffrey Richardson, are here to discuss the alcohol-related crash event that occurred in Austin, Texas on June 29, 2022, a preventable crash that cost Officer Jeffrey Richardson his life. In the early morning of June 29, 2022, Officer Richardson, a Poteet, Texas police officer, was working traffic control along the service road of North Mopac Expressway when a drunk driver who had just left a bar within the domain struck him, resulting in fatal injuries. Officer Richardson, who was only 35 years old, leaves behind a loving wife, 3 beautiful children, parents, siblings, and countless friends. We appreciate you being here today reporting on this preventable tragedy. This week, the Stewart Law Firm, on behalf of Officer Richardson's family, filed suit against Lindsay Smith and Jack and Ginger's Rock Rose, Inc. due to Officer Richardson's tragic, untimely, preventable, and wrongful death. In this suit, we've alleged that Lindsay Smith chose to drink and drive, putting those on Austin, Texas roadways in grave danger. In this suit, we've alleged that the bar where Miss Smith was at, Jack and Ginger's Irish Pub, served and then continued to serve alcoholic beverages to Miss Smith when it was apparent that she was obviously intoxicated and presented a clear danger to herself and to others, including Officer Richardson, who was violently struck by Miss Smith very shortly after she left Jack and Ginger's. Through this case, the Richardson family wants to make certain that alcohol-related crashes simply don't happen. Through this case, the Richardson family wants to make certain that sellers and servers of alcoholic beverages do their job correctly, and that establishments never continue to serve alcohol to patrons when they're obviously intoxicated and they present a danger to themselves and to others. As we approach the New Year holiday, we also approach the most statistically dangerous season for our nation's roadways. In Texas, someone is either hurt or killed in an alcohol-related crash about every 20 minutes. One such crash is simply too many. With taxis, public transportation, the wise use of designated drivers, and the emergence of ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft, there is simply no excuse for getting behind the wheel when one's intoxicated, especially when doing so causes serious injuries, can kill innocent people, and tragically impact the lives of victims forever, as was the case with the Richardson family. The family and friends of Officer Richardson do not want another innocent family to endure what they're now having to endure. Through this case, we hope to send a loud message about the dangers of drinking and driving. Through this case, we hope to bring about positive change regarding how bars, sellers, servers of alcoholic beverages operate, that they ensure that all employees adhere to safe alcohol server standards, that they make certain that when a person is obviously intoxicated, that they cut them off in order to protect our community. In your press packet, we provided a courtesy copy of the lawsuit filed this week by the Richardson family. At this time, I'd like to introduce the brother of Officer Jeffrey Richardson, Joe.
Thanks, Stephen. On behalf of my brother, our entire family, all of his friends, and all of the friends of Jeff Richardson, we thank you for being here today, taking the time. For us, this case is about public awareness and the loved one that we lost as a result of a bad decision. Jeff was a family man, a devoted husband, a loving father, a beloved son, and a brother. He loved endlessly. He was hardworking and would do anything for anyone at a moment's notice. He didn't deserve to lose his life in the manner that he did. We want to make certain that what happened to Jeff and the void that his passing has left in each of our lives doesn't happen to your loved ones. So as we approach the New Year celebrations, we ask that you do so responsibly. We ask that you do not drink and drive. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody might have regarding the event, regarding our lawsuit that we filed this week on behalf of the Richardson family. The driver has been charged. There's a pending criminal case against the driver, Lindsey Smith. That's progressing in the criminal courts as we speak. Going to be a long, slow process, but there are pending criminal charges. Certainly. I understand that the drunk driver left the bar, Jack and Ginger's, within the confines of the domain. The road construction traffic control that Officer Richardson was working at the time was just outside the exit of the domain. So the proximity from the bar to the site of the crash was very, very close. Certainly, I understand that law enforcement took a blood draw from the drunk driver, Lindsey Smith, with a pending criminal case that's pending against her currently. They've not made the blood alcohol content level public yet, but we understand from the state's attorney that the BAC level was very significantly high, multiple times higher than the legal limit in Texas of 0.08. And I'm sorry, say that again? Yeah. Well, Officer Richardson was a dedicated public servant, whether he was doing traffic control, whether he was serving as an officer with the Poteet Police Department. We've got co-workers of Officer Richardson here today. I personally got to attend, the funeral service of Officer Richardson, and it was heart melting to see the love and dedication and support shown by the, not only the Poteet Police Department and all the officers there, but officers from all across the state. Being in law enforcement is a brotherhood, and I think that Officer Richardson was humbled and proud to be in that brotherhood. Joe, you got anything you want to add to that?
You hit the nail on the head. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Well, thank you all again for being here today. I'm hopeful that our message is going to ring loud and clear and true, and that we can prevent even one alcohol-related crash. So thank you.
Thanks for sticking with us here on KXAN Live. Will Dupree back in the KXAN Live studio. We just heard there from the attorney representing Jeffrey Richardson's family. He is the former Poteet police officer who was killed during an off-duty crash. He was apparently working some traffic control at a construction site near the Domain back in June when an alleged drunk driver struck and killed him while working that job. What we just heard there from the attorney representing the family is that they are filing a lawsuit against the suspect in this case, as well as the bar that served her. We will be reaching out to the bar in question for comment. We do not have that available today because we just learned details about this lawsuit. So you can keep it with us on KXAN.com and on KXAN News at 4, 5, and 6 this evening for that response. If we should get one, we will be reaching out to them as well as the suspect's attorney for some sort of comment as well. Thank you all again for watching. If you'd like to read more about this case, we have that information available to you on KXAN.com and the KXAN News mobile app. So please keep that handy today as we continue to monitor the situation and get some updated details. We appreciate you being with us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree. We'll see you back here at another time, everybody. Please stay safe and healthy out there and take care.